Good morning, you guys. Happy Friday. It is time for our live chat. How are you? Going back to calling this one, at least for today, Cocoa and Cookies. Look what I have here. And yes, I am going fully loaded with some hot cocoa today. I know the last several cocoa and cookies that I did with you guys, it was all water. But today, I'm feeling a little rough, so it is going to be a cocoa kind of day. And actually, you guys had seen me haul this, oh my goodness, back around Christmas sometime or at the first of the year somewhere. Hello, my life's a hoot. How are you? And there's Kathy. You guys saw me haul this around Christmas sometime ago, the Tootsie Roll cocoa. That's what I'm trying today. I haven't tried it yet. This is going to be my first time right here with you guys. Hello, Michelle. How are ya? And welcome. It's still very, very hot, so I got to give it a minute to cool down. But I'm anxious to try this because I love me some Tootsie Rolls. There's Rebecca. Good morning. I'm using my beautiful mug that came from Christine. It says, all I need is a little bit of cocoa and a whole lot of Jesus. And yes, that is one of those mornings around here. I'm feeling a little rough. I think because I had such a rough day yesterday and stayed up a little too late last night working. Matter of fact, can you guys believe it? I fell asleep on the couch. Never even made it to bed till like 6 o'clock this morning. There's Sierra. Hello. And Amy. Hello. How are you, ladies? Nice to have you here. Yeah, I fell asleep out there and I heard the hub stirring around this morning getting ready for work. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I have slept out here the whole night. Not real good. So anyway, I've woken up a bit on the rough side. Figured some hot cocoa might help me with that. Let's taste this Tootsie Roll hot cocoa. Found it at Walmart. It's good. It doesn't taste like a Tootsie Roll. It just tastes like a really good hot chocolate. So if you're looking for a Tootsie Roll flavor, I'm not finding it in here, but it is a good hot chocolate nonetheless. I make mine with milk. How about you guys? Even when I buy the little packets that you're supposed to just pour in the boiling water, I still make mine with milk because I don't really care for it in the water. I can drink it that way, but I can remember years ago, even whenever I was working, they always had the little packets of hot cocoa for us, and we had a place in the back near the coffee pot where they would boil the water, but we still always added in coffee creamer. Never really liked it with just plain water, but there is Kimberly. Oh, well, thank you, Kimberly. I'm not feeling very lovely this morning. It's a rough kind of day. I just got up, got my face clean, and here I am with you guys. I'm having a hard time breathing today, too. You guys know that we have been working on Bub's room, and I think just kind of moving some of that stuff around, stirring up all the dust and different things like that has kind of got me not being able to breathe really well. There is Crafty Mom on a budget. Hello, and thank you. Rebecca loves the mug, too. Thank you. That was a gift from Christine here on YouTube. Sierra says she is vegan, so you drink vegan hot chocolate. I've never tasted a vegan hot chocolate. Is it good? Like, how does it compare? Or have you ever had, like, the regular hot chocolate? Does it compare pretty close to that? There is Millie. Hello. Let's see what she says. You was hoping it was Coco-licious. It is Coco-licious. It really is. I like that term, Coco-licious. Just doesn't taste like a Tootsie Roll, but it is very good if you like hot chocolate. Amy says, you make mine with milk too. You've lost 22 pounds so far. Amy, that is awesome. You are doing great. I saw your picture on Facebook of you wearing that medium-sized t-shirt you haven't been able to wear in a while. That was awesome. So proud of you. Hello, Nessa. How are you? Glad you were able to join us today. Tried to do it a little bit later today, trying to mix the times up. That's why it's never the same time every Friday, because I know everybody has different lunch hours, and some of you try to catch me when you're on your lunch. So I just kind of try to mix it up each week to hopefully give everybody a chance to chat with me at least one week. Let me set that spoon aside there because it keeps on clanging. That's probably a little loud for you guys. So tell me what you guys got going on this weekend. Us, it's more work around here. I got a DIY I'm going to be working on for you guys today. That's going to be a collaboration going up on Sunday. It's another collab with Couponing Forever, Tisha. A lot of you guys are subscribed to her already. Oh, well, thank you. Is that, how do you say that? Is that VG? Is that how you say that? I appreciate those kind words. And Anastasia is here. Well, hello and welcome. Do you say that Anastasia or Anastasia? I know some people say it with the long A sound. I've always just said that word Anastasia. I don't know why. Oh my goodness, there is Linda. Hello, Linda. You're headed to Tennessee on a trip with the hubs. Oh, well, that sounds like fun. Should be pretty good weather there this weekend, shouldn't it? Or is there going to be some more snow in Tennessee? I think the last couple of weeks when I've had some Tennessee people on here, they've had fairly mild weather, about the same as down here a little bit. Not really sure. Anyway, I've got a DIY that's going to be posted for you guys on Sunday with Couponing Forever. And then there's, I forget the second channel. She's new to me. I had not watched her before. I know her name is Tracy, but I'm trying to remember her channel. I cannot remember her channel. At any rate, no wait, it's a gift basket appeal maybe? I know it's got the words gift basket in there somewhere. The three of us are going to be doing a collaboration for you guys. And I think I misread it whenever the girls first invited me. The second pronunciation. Okay, so you say Anastasia. Okay, I'll try to remember that. You're going to go to a wine and seafood festival in Claremont. Well, Claremont is right down here near us. You're not too awful far. Well, from where we go to church anyway. We go to church down in the Villages. Lady Lake. Not too far from Claremont. About 30 minutes, I guess. Anyway, when they first invited me to this collaboration, I thought it was a home decor upcycle, where you take something around your house and you upcycle it into something new. But then whenever I read on her message last night, it was supposed to be a spring themed one. So mine's not going to be real spring themed, you guys, but it could still give you an idea if you want to do it for a spring decor. So hopefully that's going to be okay with all of you guys. But I got to get out there today and get to painting. Hopefully the weather's going to cooperate with me because it looks a little dark. Oh, well, thank you, Amy. I look forward to these live chats, too. There's our volunteers fan. Hello. And Reina. Is it Reina or Rena? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right in my head. Every time I read your name, I always say Reina. Is that right? I look forward to the live chats, too. I really do. I love these when we do them. Probably right now, my favorite kind of video is the live chats. I really enjoy them. Of course, you guys know I love to talk. So anytime I have an excuse to sit down and talk with you guys, it's fun. Ooh, that's still hot, but it is good. That really is a good hot chocolate. I just was hoping, I mean, it has maybe a slight aftertaste of a Tootsie Roll, but not a strong Tootsie flavor, which is what I was hoping for. But Nessa, you're going to the ER tonight? What's wrong with you, girlfriend? Oh my goodness. Thank you, Linda. That was a gift from Christine. I love my mug too. I love even the shape of that. It's nice, fits right in my hands very nicely. These are the hub's favorite shape of mugs too. Absolutely love it. Love it. Love it. Let's see. I missed something there. Oh, your bladder. Oh my goodness. Well, girl, I can totally feel you on that one. That is no fun at all. Wow. Well, I hope they're going to be able to give you something that'll work really fast and start. Are you taking ibuprofen or anything for the pain? I know that is miserable, girl. That is truly miserable. I hope they can fix it for you. After we do the DIY, I'm trying to think what else we've got going on. You know we're done with Bub's room, at least until we start on the flooring and stuff. So that project's done. I've still got to, well, you guys can't see it today. Maybe a little bit. You can see the little edge of it right there. You guys know I have this big white wall in my room, and we've done a lot of filming there, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't finished painting that wall yet, because some of the videos I've needed that white backdrop, and instead of having to get the easels right now with the fabric to put behind me, it's just been easier to do it with my wall because it was already white. But I'm ready to get all these painting projects done. So I need to get the zebra up there. Thought I'd have time to do that this week, but didn't have time to get that done. So I'll probably work on that some next week because that whole wall will be the zebra print. And then I can start on my office the week after that. At least, hopefully, that's the plans. And then that's going to be all the painting that we have to do inside. But tomorrow we have to head to Gainesville to do some stuff over there and to get Bub's. Hopefully we can get them ordered anyway. May have to go back next week. We got to get all Bub's stuff for his fine arts printed off. Let's see, Nessa took some over-the-counter meds, but they didn't work. Did you try the Azo? It's AZO. That stuff is incredible. Now, I know it does help with kidneys anyway. Not sure what it would do for an inflamed bladder, but it's worth a try. That stuff is amazing. It used to be prescription strength, and then they made it over the counter. So you can get it now over the counter. It's a little bit cheaper at Walmart than anywhere else, but CVS does have their brand of that, and I've tried that before, and it works really well too. So that might be an option for you, at least for that pain, till you can get to the ER. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, Volunteers fan. I didn't think I remembered that. That is something else. That was a lot to go through with having that baby. Wow. Hope you're doing better now. Oh, Azo is what you took and it didn't work. I didn't know how it would work for the bladder, but it is incredible for the kidneys, that's for sure. Anytime that I have gotten a little bit starting of a kidney infection, I take that, and it helps till I get to the doctor. It doesn't make it go completely away, but... Oh, I got it right, Retina. Okay. Well, good. Oh... So you got a little bit worse, but now, I mean, you got better, but then it's worse. Yeah, that stuff right there, I'm telling you, when you get a bladder infection, kidney infection, any of that kind of stuff, it's just not going to go away without an antibiotic. And I've tried to wait it out before. Matter of fact, last year, you guys will probably remember, we took you guys with us when Kristen graduated in May. We did like, I think it was a 3-day day in the life vlog series, because that was before I was daily vlogging. So we took you guys with us over there for her big graduation, and I had just come down with a kidney infection, or what I thought was, right before we left. But I knew we were going over there, so I didn't go to the doctor, didn't have time. And I tried to wait it out. Matter of fact, I had gotten one. You guys will remember when we went to Tallahassee. Do you guys remember whenever the Hubs had his training over there and we took you with us to Tallahassee, and I had gotten sick on that second trip? Not the first one, we had the flu, but the second one, I had come down with one, went to the doctor, got an antibiotic, and then it just never really went away. So then about a month later, when we had gone to Kristen's graduation, I could tell I still just wasn't fully well. But thought, well, I've had the medication. We've got this long trip. Hopefully it'll be okay. So I bought the Azo and took it the whole time. Oh my goodness. By the time we got back, it had been about a 2-week span since the first round of antibiotics till I went back to the doctor. And I was already so sick. I was having trouble breathing and everything. Come to find out, one of my good friends had a kidney infection that she didn't get taken care of. She ended up in the hospital in intensive care. And they told her husband they didn't know if she was going to make it through the night. All from a kidney infection. That's how serious they can get. So anytime I think I have a hint of one now, oh, I run to the doctor because they are so dangerous. So Nessa, definitely get that checked out tonight. And hopefully they can knock it on out for you. All right, so she's doing great now. Well, good. That's good to hear. That was a lot of traumatic stuff to go through. There's Juanita. Yes, you did make it. The last couple, you've missed me a little bit on the live. So glad you were able to join us today. Well, Linda, that's a good question. I'll tell you why for me. For me, I hate to spend the money going to a doctor. Who's with me on that one? Oh my God. Even though we have insurance, we have copays, and some of the things that we have seen, it just depends on what it is. We even have deductibles. So I hate to spend the money to go to the doctor. Now, I don't mind to spend it to take my kids. I take them immediately. Like, I don't even let them wait. And I don't know, I guess it's either that mom thing that just kind of hates to spend money on yourself, or whatever the deal with that is. I hate it to spend the money to have to go to the doctor, because then you have to buy your prescriptions and all that stuff. And I just hate to do it. It's not that I hate the doctor. I don't mind to go. I just hate the cost of going, and I hope that I can fix it on my own cheaper, and it never works. So then I waste more money because I've tried to fix it at home and spent that money, and then I still have to go spend the money anyway. So you'd think I'd learn after all these years. You guys tell me, why is it you put off going to the doctor so long? Okay, so Nessa doesn't have insurance. Yeah, that can be extremely painful in the pocketbook when you don't have insurance, for sure, because they are so expensive, you guys. They really are. I know they have all those years of education and all that medical knowledge, but I mean, wow. The prices they charge to help fix somebody who's sick, it's amazing. And the same way with dentists. Oh my word. These root canals that I've had to have done, each root canal has been, well, by the time that you get the root canal and the crown, because then you have to have a crown put on top of there. That's fine with me, though, because I always knew I was royalty. If anybody asks, I have about 6 crowns now. Anyway, by the time you get the crown and the root canal, you're talking about $2,000. It is amazing. I mean, it's a lot cheaper just to go ahead and have those jokers pulled out of there, but then you need your teeth to eat. So it's kind of like you're in a precarious situation. You know, they have you over a barrel, that's for sure. Sometimes the time, and you don't like going, yeah, they do. Now, this is what's curious to me with all them doctors, and if we have any doctors watching, enlighten us, please. Because I have been to the doctor on occasions where I have been running like 5 or 10 minutes late and been told, oh, you've arrived late, we can't see you. But yet, when I get there early or on time, I have to sit there and wait on them sometimes 20, 30 minutes. The other day, I had to wait 45 minutes. So, it's okay for me to wait on you, but you can't wait on me for 5 minutes. Oh no, that don't sit well with me. So, I can feel you on that one, Juanita. Yeah, it can get me frustrating, that's for sure. Let's see. Rebecca says she's learned she just needs to go. Yeah, that is so true. I am with you on that. By the time we spend all that money over the counter, we would have just been better off to just go ahead and go. Well, there is Tinker Kell. Hello. She says it's 65 and sunny in Ohio. It is overcast here today. Let's see if I can turn the camera around and let you guys see out that window. Can you guys see? It's just a little overcast, a little dreary looking today. Not supposed to rain though. And I hope it doesn't because I've got painting to do outside on that DIY. Not sure what the temperature is out there, but I think it was supposed to be in the low 70s today. So I'm going to guess. I haven't even stepped outside yet today. Haven't even opened that door. You pulled 5 molars out to just avoid the root canals. Yeah, trust me, I can understand. They are expensive. Linda says she's the same way. You don't wait to take the girls, but when it comes to yourself, I think us moms do that for a lot of stuff. I think we always are just putting ourselves to the side, and I'm not real sure what the mindset is why we do that, but we do. Oh, Kimberly is terrified of needles. I used to be, but not necessarily terrified, I guess. Just didn't like them because they hurt. Let's just be honest. But whenever I had the kids, when I got pregnant with Kristen the first time, of course, they take all kinds of blood. You know, they're taking your blood around the 5-month period, checking to make sure everything is okay there. They take it again a little bit later in the pregnancy. And I just got so used to them sticking me. Whenever I went in the hospital to have her, they always put in the IV just for the in case. You know how they do. And they could not find my vein in my one arm. So they moved to the other arm. When we left the hospital after having her, both of my arms were all bruised up. It was awful looking because they had trouble finding the vein, and I kept telling the nurse, I said, you're gonna find the vein in the other arm. I can tell you where I bleed a little more freely, but you know, sometimes they think they know better. Well, come to find out, she found the vein right where I told her to begin with. Go figure. So in the meantime, she really messed me up, and going through that just kind of, I don't know if it toughened my arms up or I just got used to the pain or whatever, but now it's a breeze whenever I go in there, because they've had to take a lot of blood over the last 4 years. Because, as a matter of fact, you guys will remember a few weeks ago on a Friday when the Hubs and I went to St. Augustine, we took you guys to see the lighthouse. I stopped by the doctor that morning. If you guys aren't subscribed on the vlog channel, that's where you see all this kind of stuff. We show it over there on the vlog channel. But I went to the doctor that morning on the way over, and they took, I think it was 3 vials of blood that day, because I was having so much trouble with breathing and had already been on an antibiotic for a week at that point and wasn't getting better. So they were trying, and you guys will remember also that last year, I think it was around June, I had to have some x-rays on my chest, and they found some I think the word he used was lesions, nodules, something along those lines, up in the upper part of my lungs, which is what causes me to have so much trouble breathing, which they think is all mold related. So trying to get healthy in that area to heal those lungs back up. But anyway, they wanted to take all that blood to see if they could find out exactly what was wrong. And now it's kind of like I just plop my arm out and let them go to it. It still stings, don't get me wrong, but I'm not as afraid of it as I used to be. I guess I've kind of gotten used to it now. Never had donated blood either till I was probably, oh goodness, I don't know. I was over 30 because I already had Kristen. Matter of fact, I'm trying to remember if I must have had Boo too. I think I had both of them the first time that I ever had donated blood. I did have both of them, and I'll tell you how I remember now. Because our little neighbor boy that lived behind us had cancer, and I can't remember what kind of cancer he had now. It had started in his lungs, but then it just spread everywhere because he actually had lung transplant. And it spread everywhere, but I can't remember the official name of it. But anyway, during that whole process and walking with them through that journey, there were times that he needed blood severely because he would lose a lot of blood at different times. Or if he went in the hospital for certain procedures, he would lose lots of blood. And there were times that they were short on the blood supply. And of course, his mom would be telling me about that and about how they would have to be waiting for blood and there just wasn't enough blood and more people needed to give blood. And that really got me thinking. Up to that point, I never really thought about giving blood. I mean, I've seen the little blood buses, you know, that stop in front of Walmart and everything. I mean, I knew about giving blood, but just never really thought about it. Just never gave it any thought. And that really changed my mind on that and the importance of donating blood every once in a while so that it's always on hand for people who need it. And so, yeah, I was over 30 the first time that I did that. I was really scared too the first time that I donated blood because I thought, oh man, they're taking a whole pint of blood out of me. How am I going to feel? But do you know you actually feel better? So I started doing some research on that and I thought, this is kind of strange. I mean, you feel a little lightheaded and dizzy right at first. They give you that juice and then they give you some crackers or cookies that you can eat to kind of get your blood sugar levels back up right away. And you really shouldn't drive on your own right away after giving blood. But I started doing some research and come to find out your body like craves that. And when you give blood, the way that all the capillaries and all of that stuff works together, if any of you are in the medical field, help us out to understand it better. But the way that all works together and it rejuvenates that new blood flow, it like gives you that boost of energy, and it's actually a good thing to do. And it does make you feel better. I never knew that before. So kind of learned a lot through all that process. Sadly, the little fella did pass away. He passed away in 2006, so it's been a little while now, and we miss that little fella. He was so cute and had the best attitude. I'm trying to remember, I think he was 8 when he finally passed, and we just miss him. He smiled all the way through it. You know what they say about kids who go through hard things like that? Even whenever we would go up to the hospital to visit with him and walking through the children's ward there, those kids were in there for all kinds of different terminal illnesses, and just the positivity they had, the big smiles and wanting to play. You know, he would get up there in his little chair and play. They would take I think he had a Nintendo Wii station. I think is what they had. They took up there and they would hook it up to the TV there in his room. And he would just get up on that bed, bouncing all around, playing just as if he were home in his living room. And it taught me a lot through that whole process, because I thought, you know, most adults can't handle situations like that. They go into depression, feel sorry for themselves, woe is me, and all the things that we as adults can do. But when kids go through that, they just have a resilience about them that is incredible. It's amazing. And he challenged us in a lot of ways to look at our health situations differently, and tried to remember that through this whole process with our house. And, you know, it could be a lot worse, and just be grateful for the days that I do have. There's Miss Bling It on Pat. Hello. She has a question. What primer do I use on my face, eyes, and other? And can I recommend one that is affordable? And Amy said last week she had to wait a whole hour to see the doctor. Yeah, that is ridiculous. Especially when, like I said, they are late, but they don't want us to be late. I told one lady, hello, there's Candy. How are you? You doing good today? I told the doctor one time I had driven over an hour to get there and was only like 5 minutes late. She was going to send me home. And I begged with her and said, lady, do you know how long it took me to get here? There was a traffic, like road construction on the way. I had no idea. It delayed me. And I said, not only that, as many times as I've sit here and waited on you guys, she can't squeeze me in for just 5 minutes. So they went ahead and seen me, but they didn't want to. Okay, the primers. I use the Ulta Matte Prime. Hope it looks a little blurry on my screen, but hopefully you guys can see that. That's what I use on my face because I'm extremely oily, and I find this one the most affordable. I do like the Lorac Porfection. I think it's what that one was called. I don't have one right now to show you. I think that's what that was called. Love that one too, but it's a little bit more than this. This is just the Ulta brand, and if you wait until Ulta does their special deals, they'll run a special where you buy 2 of these and you get a 3rd one free, and then you can use the $3.50 off of 15 coupon with that. Ends up making these, I think I paid like $7.50 a piece for these, and they're big. They're it's a full ounce. It's a regular size big primer. So love this one with my oily skin. Then on my nose, I mix in this Smashbox. Can you guys see that? I think it's looking a little blurry on that screen. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish, and it is the color correcting one, because my nose, you guys can see, I have so much redness in my face. My nose gets really red. I look like Rudolph no matter what foundation I wear. So this helps with that. So those are the ones that I use for my face. And then for my eyes, I always use my primer potion from Urban Decay. I've tried less expensive ones. These here are about $18 for the tube, but it lasts forever. Like, I'm trying to even remember when I bought this. It was way before Christmas. Of course, I don't wear makeup every day. So you guys know that. If you're working and you have to wear your makeup every day, it's not going to last you guys quite as long, obviously, as it lasts someone like me that doesn't wear it every day. But every day that I do wear makeup, I have to, because my skin is so greasy that the color on my eyes will crease because of the oil. So love, love, love this one. This one is just in the color Original. They do have different colors, and they do have some that are supposed to help with anti-aging and that kind of stuff. So that's what I use. Great question, Miss Pat. Thank you. Let's see what Linda said up here. They really do have a very positive outlook, Linda. They are amazing. Those kind of children just really inspire me. Hi, Anna. Glad you're doing well. I am doing well, too. It took you an hour and 30 minutes just to see a nurse practitioner? Oh, my goodness. See, that is just ridiculous. That is way too long of a wait time. Jackie Howard is here. Hello. Nessa wants to try that Urban Decay primer. I love it. Ever since I got this Urban Decay, I've tried e.l.f. and I've tried couple other ones. I'd have to ask Kristen. She probably remembers different ones that I've tried for my eyes, and none of them work as well as this one. Let's see, Pat, the Smashbox, I get it Ulta. Not sure. I think they also have it at Sephora. Not sure where else. I'm sure you probably could order it online as well, but I always just get mine at Ulta. But this is one of those high-end products that the $3.50 off 15 doesn't work on these. And this little tube here, let's see. I think this is the 1/2 ounce. Cannot see it without my glasses. I always forget to bring those in here. I think this one's just a 1/2 ounce. This is a little one that I usually get up in the bins up near the register. You guys, if you've been to Ulta, you know what I'm talking about. They have those little, like, on-the-go bins up front. They're like the tall racks that have the little sample things. And it's $10 for the little one, or you can get the full-size one for $20. I mean, it's the same price no matter how you do it. I always just opt for the $10 one because it'll last me a good while, because I only use it on my nose. So it does last me a good long time. Yeah, they're very affordable. Not bad at all. And I really do like this. I wasn't real sure in the first time. The first time that I went into Ulta to ask them about their primer, because I wanted something a little cheaper than that Lorac. And I saw this and I went and asked the girl, I said, how is your Ulta matte primer? Does it work? Have you heard anybody say, you know, blah, blah. She had not a clue. I don't even remember if she knew they carried it. I'm trying to remember exactly what she told me that day. And I got so tickled, and I told my daughter when we left, I said, they really should have a little better training for people that work there, at least on their brand. I mean, most people know about the other brands in the store because you research those before you go, but there's not a lot of information out there on the actual Ulta brand. And so I thought, wow, they really should tell their workers a little more about their stuff. So when we went back in there, I had seen the same girl and told her, if anybody asks you next time, by the way, it works wonderful. So, oh my goodness, that tickled me. Let's see, where can I find the Urban Decay? You can order Urban Decay online from their website, or I always get mine at Ulta. And they also do sell it at Sephora. You can get the Urban Decay at Sephora. Not sure where else may carry that. Those are the only 2 places that I know of, but then you can also order it on Urban Decay's website. But what I have found, excuse me, is that Ulta will run deals once in a while. Matter of fact, I remember not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, we went in after Christmas and they had a 2-pack set of these for, I think it was like $12, which made these $6 a piece, and they're normally $18 a piece. So you just have to watch inside the Ulta store or on their website, because once in a while they will have incredible deals. And as long as it's not open and you haven't begun using it, it will last a little while. So yeah, that's what I try to do whenever I'm looking for those primers. I find the best deal. I like to go to Ulta more than anywhere else. Once in a while, Urban Decay will run some specials on their website, but Ulta seems to have the best deals. Plus, you can sign up for the Ulta rewards, and then every time you spend a certain amount of money, you can use, I think you get like $3 off. It's like a coupon for every so many points. And when you get to the register, you just say, how many points do I have? And when you use it, it like takes $3 off your bill. So another good and they take manufacturer coupons, because they sell things like Maybelline, CoverGirl, and all that, L'Oreal, all of that. So when you get your coupons in your Sunday paper, Ulta will take those as well as their own store coupon, and then you're earning those rewards. So it's like a triple way to save. So love Ulta, I really do, for that reason. All right, let's see here. Do I find Ulta being less pricey than Sephora, or about the same? In my experience, just based on the things we typically buy, they're about the same. I do like Ulta rewards just a little better, because Ulta also has their own credit card that if you sign up to get their credit card, you earn points on that too. You just have to be disciplined that if you go to Ulta to get your makeup today and use your credit card, that soon as that bill comes in, you pay that off. Like, set your cash aside that you would have spent in the store, set it aside, and then when that bill comes, pay it off immediately so you're not accruing interest. If you can be disciplined enough to do that, then that's the 4th way you save. You can use your manufacturer coupons with your Ulta coupons. You're earning your Ulta Club rewards, and then you're also earning rewards on that MasterCard. And every so many points you get on MasterCard, you can redeem them too. Like the other day, you can use that MasterCard anywhere. And so we have used that for some of the stuff we've had to get for the house. Some of the paint stuff. We had to get the new dishwasher because the dishwasher busted up. That may have happened though right before I started the daily vlog. So not sure if you guys knew that. just some other stuff we had to have around here for all the house construction. We had used that MasterCard from Ulta. We went in a couple weeks ago and I asked the girl, how many points do I have? I'm going to go ahead and spend some. We had $80 worth. We walked out with $80 worth of free products. Yes. So it definitely pays. To me, it's better to go to Ulta than Sephora. But Sephora does carry a few things that Ulta doesn't. Like Sephora has the Kat Von D line, and she has some incredible eyeshadows and stuff that you can only get at Sephora. There's some other things, even whenever your companies like Becca Cosmetics and other cosmetic companies release specialty things, sometimes they will release them to Sephora only, and sometimes they release it to Ulta only. It really just depends on who they've got a contract running with at the time. So even though both stores may carry Becca, if there is a specialty thing that's out, you may can only get it at one or the other store. So you kind of have to keep a watch on that too. But for everyday things that we get that we can't get at the drugstore, we choose Ulta for sure. All right, let's see. You want one that has a little color to it. They do have some, Nessa. They have some that has, let's see, they have one that's called Original, one that's called Sin, which is a little darker. And I want to say that one may even have a little sparkle to it. The one that is age defying has just a little bit of color. This one here, actually, it's not clear. It's, let's see if you get, can you guys see that? It's like a flesh colored. It's like a skin color on there, but then they do have some that are a little deeper. I thought at one time I had one here, but I think it might have gotten old, and I might have gotten rid of that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see that other Urban Decay one now, because I had the one that was just a little darker, but either I used it all or it got old and I got rid of it, because don't see it now, but love that stuff. And if you have oily lids, now I'm not real sure how well it works. See, my daughter does not have oily skin, so she can wear the cheaper ones that you just pick up in the drugstore, the Elf and Wet n Wild and different brands like that. She can just pick those up and use them. Even the Fergie ones that we had gotten at Dollar Tree last summer, they work well for her, but not for me, because my oil in my skin, it demolishes everything. What are the time frames for keeping lipsticks and eyeshadows? Lipsticks, I think they tell you that you really shouldn't keep them any longer than a year. I do. I mean, it just, I get rid of mine whenever they start bubbling up, it starts separating, and you have that the little liquid bubbles, almost looks like your lipstick is sweating. Or when they start getting an odor to them, because some of your lipsticks, let's see if I can show you. Like these color tattoos, they have the doe foot, so you're putting it on your lip and then back in the container, and sometimes bacteria can get in there and they can start to have an odor. So I don't keep mine. As soon as it starts to have any change in fragrance at all, they're gone. And then the same way with the sticks, but I have some sticks in here that I've had for several years that they still work well. They're still moisturized. Probably not the best to keep. So I'm not telling you to keep them, but I do, because if it's a color especially that I really like and I can tell that it hasn't gone bad, everything gives you a shelf life, because they have to for their own protection, so that people don't turn around and sue them should something happen. Even nail polish will give you a shelf life. But if you add things to your nail polish, the nail polish thinners, and I think Seche Vite makes one. I know that I have their top coat that thickens it back up, but I'm pretty sure they also make a thinner. You can put it right in your bottle, give it a good shake, and it's like your bottle is brand new. Even the gels. Whenever I was the ambassador for Sensational gel polish, they recommend you not keep their gel polish for any more than a year, because it can start to separate, and it can. But I've had some of my bottles here now of the Sensational gel for like 4 years, and they are still perfectly fine. They have to give you a shelf life just for their protection in case something goes wrong, because it can go bad at any time. But it's just one of those things, you just have to test it. If it's still working beautifully and you haven't noticed any change, then I keep mine. So that's just kind of how I do it. That's when you get rid of it too, Nessa. Yeah, that's just kind of the rule that I've always kept. Even with foundations and everything, they all have a shelf life. I think that this particular primer might be starting to go a little bad. I have a brand new one that I haven't opened up yet that I'm gonna open to test, because like I said, I don't wear makeup every day. And so it takes me a little bit longer to go through something like this than it would a person who wear, because you only use like a little pea size is all you need. It doesn't take much, so they last forever. So when you think you're spending about $8 when you get the good sale at Ulta, it lasts you forever. It's money well spent. But I think I've had this one so long now that it may be starting to go bad a little bit, because I've noticed no matter which of my foundations I wear lately, they start breaking down around that 5-6 hour mark, and they usually don't do that on me. So my daughter said the other day, Mom, it may be that the primer's going bad. And I said, well, yeah, it may be. So I'm going to try the new one, see if it does any different. And if so, I'll go ahead and toss this one. But I never knew makeup had an expiration. I know, shame on me, until probably about 3 years ago. Can you believe it? I was over 40 before I realized that. Never knew it had an expiration. I always just kept it and used it till I was tired of it. Oh my goodness. But I mean, if you're wearing an eyeshadow and your eyes start watering a lot, or you can tell you're having some kind of reaction, or like the simulation of an allergic reaction, or obviously if you get an eye infection, get rid of that stuff. But now I will say this, if I've had any kind of, like a couple of times I've gotten pink eye, especially whenever I worked at the daycare for a little while, because those kids were always coming in with something. I've got pink eye, and if I've known that I've had an eye infection, I will go ahead and throw out whatever it is that I had used while I had that infection, because it's very easy to recontaminate your stuff, and I don't mess around whenever it comes to my eyeballs. So eyeliners, and now the pencil liners, you can sharpen those down and you can get rid of the infected area, and then you can just keep what's left underneath there. But I get rid of it if I know I've had an eye infection, because I don't want to spread that. That is for sure. Yes, Nessa, I know how much you love that makeup. You love it as much as me, girlfriend. And you do such a good job with it. Your makeup always looks beautiful. Always looks beautiful. Yeah, very pretty. We laugh around here. My son will, because he says now, I'll have to have him tell you guys this on a vlog, but he says now, you can't trust what you're seeing. He says, all these guys nowadays looking for a wife better see them with the makeup off, because he gets tickled whenever we watch like before and afters, what do you call it, like makeovers. When we watch a makeover, or sometimes when I'm editing for you guys, if I have a vlog where I've started off the morning like this, looking rough and raw, no makeup, and then I have a scene, the next scene, I may have already got my makeup done. Every time I'll call him in there and I'll say, Boo, watch this one. And I'll play the first clip and then play the second clip, and he'll say, incredible, just incredible. Like, he is a little delusioned by that, you guys. He has already said, I want to see that woman without her makeup before I marry her. So it's so funny. There's Ninju. Hello, Ninju. How are you? Oh, Nessa, you're the sweet one. You are always blessing me. I was thinking about you yesterday. Matter of fact, you started watching around Vlogtober in 2015, didn't you? Like, isn't that about the first time that you started finding the channel? That's the first time that I can remember. So you've been with me now way over a year. So faithful and supportive, and I appreciate it so much. Linda, yeah, that is so funny. I tell you, he cracks me up every time he says that. But some of these makeovers, whoa, like the transformation is incredible. Like, even I'm shocked. I was watching this lady the other day, and I cannot remember her channel name to tell you guys. I know it had the word pink in there somewhere. She's an older lady. I'm not sure how old, but if I had to guess, I probably would say maybe early to mid 60s, somewhere in there. And she was doing a makeup look for hooded eyes, because I have hooded eyes. And I was watching her to get any new tips that I could find. And she started out with no makeup, finished up with this beautiful face, and then she showed the side-by-sides. It was amazing. I mean, like, the way she did her makeup totally made that hooded eye disappear and made it look like she had this beautiful deep inset crease. Totally changed the shape of her look, all with makeup. She looked like a completely different woman. I was so shocked at that. So yeah, makeup can do incredible things, and it can be awfully deceptive, fellas. So any of you guys that are watching, you might want to follow with my son and make him do a no makeup challenge before you get married. Nah, I'm just kidding, because we all know it's not about looks. It's all about what's happening on the inside, but we like to joke about it because it's such a drastic transformation. I'm just thankful for makeup. Let me tell you that. Oh my goodness. I can remember growing up, people used to ask us all the time because they knew my dad was a preacher. And a lot of churches, especially back in the day, some of the ones that didn't believe in makeup back then have kind of lightened up a little bit, and their church members can wear makeup now. But when we were young, in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, there were certain churches that could not wear makeup. I mean, that was just against their religion. And everybody in town knew that my dad was the preacher in town, and we could wear makeup. And I would tell him his philosophy, what he said it from the pulpit many times: if the barn needs painting, go paint it. Matter of fact, there were times that we would get ready to go somewhere and he'd be like, you gonna put on just a little makeup? Because it's true. It does just, it helps you look more awake at times. It just makes you look more refreshed at times. I mean, it really can do a lot for you. So, but also we're not so vain with it that we have to have it. You guys know, if you watch the vlog channel, I leave the house all the time without a stitch of makeup on, because I don't have to have it to feel confident. I like to have it, and I think that it looks better with it, but I don't have to have it. I'm just fine without it. So I just like it to play with it. It's enjoyable and fun for me. How about all of you guys? How many of you guys leave the house without your makeup on? Because I know a lot of people don't like to. I can remember back in high school, there were a lot of my friends, they would never have been caught dead hitting the high school campus without their makeup on. And me, I was like, if I woke up and was running late or just woke up and didn't feel like it, I didn't wear it. I just went the way I was, and I thought they can like me or leave me, but I'm not putting it on. Oh, let's see what we have here. Oh, well, thank you, Nessa. Yeah, sometimes it is night and day, Linda. You are right about that. Alyssa is here. How old are my kids? I have a 19 and 17-year-old. In September, my son will be 18, and in October, my daughter will be 20. Can you guys believe it? I know, I look so young. That's impossible, right? Oh, let's see. Your pastor says the same thing. Yeah, I tell you what, that's true. If that barn needs painting, go paint it. Volunteers fan never wears her makeup. I tell you, it's hard when you have little ones. It's hard to squeeze that time in there. I remember those days quite well, quite well. Linda used to wear makeup when she was in her 20s, but she doesn't really wear it now. Oh, Nessa, you are too sweet. She says I look 29. Oh, girl, I wish I looked 29. Ninju says she does not wear makeup to school because it's a long day, but she does wear it for church. Yeah, the guys do. I'm telling you what. Oh, thank you, Donna. You are too sweet. I tell you what, when we were at camp a few years back, me and my daughter, we got up in the morning times because we would stay, as youth pastors, we would stay with the teenagers for the week down at camp. And no way I'm putting on makeup to go out there in Florida in 100-degree weather, out there running around chasing dodgeballs and all that kind of stuff, or playing water challenge and squirting people with shaving cream. Not gonna do it, because not only is it a waste of my time to get ready, it's a waste of valuable products. You know what I mean? I mean, you put on maybe $10 worth of product on your face, and then you go outside and you just ruin it right away. No, not about that life. But anyway, we walked into the cafeteria one morning for breakfast, and it was the first time any of her friends had seen her without makeup, or at least without her eyes. Sometimes she wouldn't necessarily do the face, but she would at least do her eyes. And when she walked in, some of the fella, her guy friends, not a boyfriend, but her guy friends we're sitting there with Bub, and they were like, "Is that your sister? Does she feel okay?" Like, they were so shocked at the difference. So now she will not go around them without her makeup. And if I have the videos going, she doesn't like me to show her without her makeup, because a lot of them watch the vlogs, and she's like, "No, I know they're watching and they're showing their friends. No, I look too different without it." So yeah, it can look extremely different to those guys. That's true. I know you do, Nessa. You inspire me to wear your makeup even at home. And if I didn't have a lot to do, then I probably would too, honestly, because Nin says exactly, in the Arizona summer, yeah, it's like it just sweats right off. If I didn't have a lot to do every day, then I probably would sit there and play with it and do my face every day. But I always hit the ground running. If you guys watch the vlogs, then y'all know that. I mean, there is always something. Just like as soon as I get done with this live, I'll be outside painting on that DIY and working on that all day, trying to get that done. And then I've got a couple videos to edit. Tomorrow we're heading out to Gainesville. We've got some stuff to do over there. And then Sunday we'll be gone all day over there. I mean, our life is just always crazy busy. So it takes me so long. Maybe if I had a little bit more time to practice, you'd think after all these years of wearing it, I'd be faster, but I am so slow at it. Maybe I don't know why. I just am slow at it. I just don't take the time to squeeze it in most days. But let's see. She's worn makeup maybe 3 times in the last year. Yeah, I can feel you when you're pregnant and sweating and all that kind of stuff. You've lost 75 pounds this year. That is awesome. I am proud of you too. That is amazing. Let's see here. You don't wear much makeup either, but you always look great. That's right. We don't have to have it, right? Let's see. That is KT4422 Tinker. I don't remember seeing that name on a live before. Is this your first time being able to chat with us live? Welcome. Nice to have you. Yeah, I don't think you have to have the makeup either to be confident. I really don't. And I wish that a lot more people felt that way. I know at least. Well, welcome. Glad to have you. Oh, well, thank you, Lala. I appreciate that. I try to be. Terry. Okay, your name is Terry. I will try to remember that. I try to be positive, because you know what? It doesn't do any good to not be. It just drags you down and makes you miserable and everybody around you. So, oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I do. I wish more young girls grasped that. And that's what we try to teach in our youth program to these girls, because you don't need all that makeup to be beautiful. You really don't, because you can have the most flawless face and be the ugliest person ever. That's one thing that my grandma used to say to me all the time. I would watch her. When I was little, I would just stand there and watch her put on her makeup. She would stand, she had a mirror that was attached to her window somehow. I can't even remember how she had it attached up there, but she would always tell me, if you put your makeup on in a magnified mirror in direct sunlight, then you're always going to look good, because it's the best lighting and you're looking at yourself magnified. You can fix the flaws. She was right. She had great advice with that. But when I would sit there and watch her put her makeup on, she would always tell me, but don't forget, this is not what makes you beautiful. It's what's on the inside that really matters. And I can remember her saying that from the time I was small enough to remember. And she is so true, because I have been around plenty of girls that were flawless. I mean, beautiful, gorgeous, like perfection. And yet they were the nastiest, meanest, rudest, most arrogant people on the planet. And I didn't want to be around them. And a lot of guys didn't want to be around them, because it doesn't really matter how pretty you are if you're horrible to be around. And I'd much rather be around somebody who may not feel like the most beautiful person on the planet, but acts as though they are. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the kind of people that I want to be around. So we try to help these girls. It's not, you don't have to have all that makeup to feel confident and be beautiful. Good afternoon, April. How are you? Nice to have you with us. Let's see, Alyssa used to wear makeup, but she has acne, so she doesn't feel comfortable without it. Yeah, I know, whenever, because there are times that even I've had some skin breakouts right in here. They're not really breakouts. It's like coming from the inside. The doctor said I really need a prescription to try to, I guess it's like clogged oil pores down under the skin. Sebaceous glands get clogged or something, and it can make you feel a little more confident when you got all that going on. That's for sure, because you do want to cover up, because people stare, and it's just, you know, people need to learn to not stare at people like that. I mean, it can make you feel so self-conscious when that's going on. You're going to be 30 next Tuesday? Well, happy early birthday. You're going to hit the big 3-0. Girl, I cried for 2 weeks before I hit 30. Yes, I did. There was something about 29 didn't feel that old to me. There was something about still writing that 2. I loved being able to write a 2. But whenever that 2 turned to a 3, I'm not kidding you. I went into a little bit of a depression and cried for 2 weeks. Thought I was getting so old. Oh my goodness. That is so funny. Darlene is here. Hello, Darlene. You never wore much makeup and people still say you look younger than your daughter. You know, that can be true, because sometimes makeup can make you look older than just your natural skin. And sometimes, depending on what products you're using, they can actually age your skin because of all the chemicals in there. You do have to be so careful about that skincare, especially when you're wearing a lot of cosmetics, for sure. Yeah, personality is definitely the key. It really is. I agree with that 100%. For sure. I do not like to be around negative, cranky people. And I don't like to be around catty girls. Oh my goodness, those catty girls that are always talking about other people and talking about what they wear and, oh, I would never wear that. And that is just, you know what? Wear what you love. Wear what you, my philosophy is, if it is modest and it is decent and it is wholesome, that if you like it, girl, wear it. Because I never follow fashion rules, ever. Now, I mean, there are some fashion rules, yeah, certain styles really do look better on you, maybe make you look a little thinner or complement your physique a little bit better. Sure, no doubt about it. But the thing about it is, if I like it and I feel like it's wholesome and it's decent, that I'm gonna wear it. I don't care who likes it. So I never sat around talking about people in the way that they dress. Well, I take that back. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. If I see a big person at the beach and they got on a little string bikini, now I will say something about that, because look in the mirror, girl. Look in the mirror. Oh, my goodness. She's 49 and you're 69, and people say you look younger than her. That's awesome. I bet that makes you feel good. People always think my mom looks young too. Matter of fact, we were talking about it. Oops, sorry, hit the thing. We were talking about it this week earlier in the vlog. She had come over and I told her, I said, they think you look like you're in your early 50s, Mom. And of course, that always makes her smile. And she won't tell her age. She won't let me tell her age, because she enjoys it when people think she looks so much younger than she is. She wears her age very well. So hopefully by the time I get her age, I'm going to be wearing it well like that too. You guys are so nice, all telling her happy birthday. Linda is 33. But she still feels like, you know what? I still feel like I'm in my 20s too. I don't feel like I'm as old as I am. Well, till I try to get up off the floor. And then let's just be honest, that's a lot harder these days. My body sometimes feels my age, but mentally I don't. Mentally, I think I feel the same as I did the day I graduated high school. You think, you know, so your daughter's sister and your grandma. Wow, well, that's awesome. That ought to make you feel good. Yeah, I can't deal with catty girls either. There's just, you know, girls pit themselves sometimes as in competition with each other, and it makes you unattractive and unappealing to everybody. So when you're in competition, trying to be the best, trying to be what everybody loves, you end up making yourself the one everybody hates. So it has the reverse effect. No sense in that. Cherish Life with Jen Elaine is here. Hello. This is your first time on the live vlog. Well, welcome. We are glad to have you. When you turn 30 and now you're going to be 40, your mind is made up that it all is just uphill from here. That's right. Whenever I turned 40, I got a little bit like, oh, I don't want to be 40. But that didn't hit me near as hard as it did whenever I turned 30. And now it's like each year, I turned 46 this past August, and each year that I get older, it's like it's just another number. Now it doesn't bother me at all. I think too, a lot of that is we mature, and in our mind, we get a lot more wisdom, confidence, I think, with age, different things like that. And now it's just like, yeah, I'm 46. That's okay. I mean, I like to joke with everybody that I'm 29, but it doesn't bother me. Not like it did when I turned 30. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Lala, I think so too. I think sometimes the way you do carry yourself can make you seem older or younger, for sure. Yes, that is true. When you feel good, you do look good. When you feel good physically and mentally. If you don't feel good even mentally and emotionally, you're not going to look good either. It's all about total health from the inside out, and that definitely helps the way you carry yourself and helps the way you look. That is for sure. You're homeschooled, so you don't have to deal with the catty girls. Well, that's cool. Do you know I homeschool my kids? Excuse me, I know that's a little loud. I homeschool my kids. Well, Kristen's already graduated, so she's out of school now. And Bub is finishing up his junior year. So they've never had to deal with that. And that's, my son went through a little bout where he had real bad acne breakouts because of the mold issues here. That's just the way his skin reacted. And once in a while now, if he gets around a moldy area, then he'll break out again. And it was pretty severe there for a little while. And he was very self-conscious of it too. And I think had he had to have gone to public school, he probably would have carried himself with a lot lower esteem through that time, because kids do, they pick on you and they stare and they make it something that it's not. Nessa is looking forward to turning 40. Lala, my birthday is the 25th. When is yours? That's so cool to see another August baby. Age is just a number. That's true. It is just a number. Let's see here. He was 28 and I was 30 at the same time. Oh my goodness. You know, people have always thought my husband was so much younger than me. Even when we were first married, they all thought I was a lot older than him. And I don't know if it had to do with, like we were talking about earlier, the whole makeup thing that can make you look older or more mature or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, people always thought he looked a lot younger than me. We haven't really gotten those kind of comments much the last few years, but I mean, there's been a lot of stress on him with this whole housing situation, and you can see it around his eyes where he's definitely aging around in here. And me too. It just, you know, when you have a lot of constant stress that you're up under, it really doesn't even matter how good you are to your skin at that point. It's going to take a toll. And on him it has. You can tell, not necessarily so much on the videos. You guys may not have noticed it so much on the videos, but in person, you can just tell that he's aged, seems to have aged quite a bit through this whole process, because that was a lot on him. Worried about the family, worried about money, and then I mean, he's redone this whole thing practically by himself. A little bit of help here and there, and he's had a little bit of help from my dad on different occasions, but just about all of this work he has done with Bub. And yeah, it's taken a little bit of a toll on him physically. You're 14, Alyssa, and everybody thinks you're older. Everybody always thought I was older too. Whenever I would tell people that I was only 14, people were always surprised by that. I think a lot of that too has to do with the way you carry yourself and how mature you are also. So you have grandsons that are 19 and 30. Okay. And then you have a child who is going to be, or who's in the 10th grade this year. All right. Very cool. Fun age, those teenage years. Your grandma was 28 too. Yep, I've parked it at 29, that's for sure. All right, Ninju, have a great Friday. Thanks for joining us. And actually, oh my goodness, we've already gone over an hour. This hour is like the fastest hour of the week, you guys. It just goes so fast because I have so much fun with you guys, but I need to jump off of here too. I got to get outside and get to painting on that DIY. So you guys be looking for that as we over on Sunday the 26th at 9 o'clock is what we have that one scheduled for. So that'll be up and going. And don't forget to check out the other two ladies, Couponing Forever. A lot of you guys are probably already subscribed to her. And I think the other channel was Gift Baskets with Appeal, something like that. I'll have them both linked for you. I'll go back on this video and link both of those for you so you can go ahead and subscribe and get a jump start over there. But oh, your grandson is in the 10th grade. Okay, I got you. I misunderstood that, but you're an empty nester. Okay. Oh, well, I'm so glad you got a chance to visit with us on your lunch. Yes. All right, you ladies. Well, thank you so much for joining me again. This was so much fun, and we may do some lives during the week. Not real sure what all we're going to have going on, but if we don't see you live before then, we'll definitely see you live next Friday. And in the meantime, I'll be looking for you over on the vlog tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. Thanks again, and you all have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you soon.